So over the 8 or 10 months, I analyzed all the organization and I tried to understand how they would benefit from AI. And what we did was we created a roadmap for every single department to show them what the art of the possible is, and with yourselves. And that's what we did. So you have, from a financial perspective and sales and so forth, you have something that they will they will recover costs, but also internally. And this is the one thing I think in the Middle East, maybe not just the Middle East, but generally, is that scalability was also related to adding resources. So in order to be scalable, you'd add 5 or 10 resources. But where we were on the cusp of was that no, you don't need to add resources. You need to add AI agents as part of the team. And I think that was the tipping point for me, is understanding that actually if you have rudimentary tasks, all of these can be catered by AI. But that was like, a number of years ago. Now it's completely different. It's not only adding AI agents to teams and the front office. It's all about thinking and memory, and that's what we didn't have a few years ago, but we have now. And who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of years.
Yes.
But my view is that AI can consume all the historic information you have and then predict what's going to happen or what is the best course of action. And that's where I think we landed with the roadmap that we were talking about 2 years ago, is understand, but also from a sales perspective or from a management perspective, it's all about revenue and return on investment. If it takes 5 days to be able to review documentation from potential clients, AI can now do that in minutes. The only thing that stops you is the speed at which your client uploads documents or whatever evidence they need. But all of that can be reviewed in seconds, and then you're moving forward. So I think there was a divide with regards to the return on investment, but also I think something that most organizations ignore is the human involvement behind the scenes. So whether it's IT, it's risk, it's compliance, all of these things can be done within seconds, as long as there is there is enough guidance but also governance around it. What we need to do before you embark on an AI transformation project is understand what the end goal is, but also internally what is the governance structure, because that is the fundamental building block for any AI organization. You can't go from pilot to live without having to understand that. The key thing for me is, what is if it gets wrong? What are the compliance and what are the governance structures, and what is it when AI gets it wrong? What is it you do? And that's what you need to do. You need to build that from day one. If it goes wrong, what do we do? Rather than waiting for AI to go live and then realize actually you have all these edge cases which causes more drift.